Good morning. Winter has come to the library garden. You may think the garden season is over, but there's still a lot to do. You may have noticed that Jeremy's dressed for winter and he looks quite dashing. This is all thanks to an adoring fan who knitted and sent him this beautiful yellow scarf. We hope you keep watching, and we both thank you, one of us more warmly than the other. So we had a little frost over the weekend, and now it's really time to move to fall cleanup and putting the garden to bed. So let's take a look at what we need to do around here. One of the biggest things you want to do is clearing out the annuals that have obviously finished, like your tomatoes, peppers, basil, the squash, not just because they're unsightly, but because, disease can be harbored as they rot, and so you don't want anything to carry over into your next season. Things like the nasturtium will die back completely, but they are unstoppable at seeding themselves around. I expect that the Black Knight Scabiosa, which you can tell is still trying, will seed around, but it's also a perennial. So this plant will also come back even stronger in the spring. One other thing that you're going to want to do is make sure you get all the weeds, particularly perennial weeds that are just going to get tougher to get rid of. See this weed? I'm coming for it. So folks, a word about dirt. This is a big part of your winter preparation, and there's a number of different ways that you can take care of the soil in your garden. Some people like to till now. Some people like to do a cover crop, which is a very traditional method. Crimson clover, field pea, or a vetch. Something that you sow in or mix that will help to keep your soil from compacting in the winter and also enrich it. I think we're going to go a bit more the mulching route. It's a great time to be adding compost, which the freezing and thawing through the winter will help work into the soil. You can also top dress with clean leaves, which will break down into some really rich stuff. What you do now really can set you up for the spring. But for now, I want to get out of the cold and talk to you about some other stuff. Oof, it feels good to be inside, doesn't it, Jeremy? New titles are continuing to roll in, and as the weather turns, it's a great time to be looking at these gardening books and dreaming about the next season. So I wanted to talk to you about a couple of titles that are going to be available to you very soon. I'm very excited to finally have this one in the library, Floret Farm's Cut Flower Garden by Erin Benziken. She's a rising star in the Pacific Northwest garden scene, and cut flower gardening is more popular than ever. Floret Farms is gorgeous. It's up in the Skagit Valley, so it's advice that's tuned to our climate. This one is very interesting. Planting in a Post-Wild World by Thomas Rainier and Claudia West. This looks at taking your landscape design and creating plant communities that mimic nature. So getting some ecology into your gardening. A very timely topic. And these are going to be available for you to check out very soon. Keep an eye on that catalog. What's that, Jeremy? Oh, I almost forgot. We have one more segment. Jeremy's tips and tasks for getting your garden ready for winter. That's it for this episode. But before we go, we wanted to remind you to get out there and vote, because the country's like a garden. You got to take care of it. I'm Austin. This is Jeremy. I've got to grow, but we'll see you later in the Longview Library Garden.